Alright, Dicey Dungeons time. I played a little bit of Reunion already. I did one episode of The Thief, but I haven't done any other ones, so just for the sake of completion, we'll go through The Thief again. We'll fight the Space Marine first to get our bit of loot. He's got Bump, Nudge, and Rocket Launch. I don't think I can make use of Rocket Launch, but Bump and Nudge would be pretty good. I guess I'd rather have Bump. So, split a die. 3 damage, 5 damage. He is going to be able to do 6, but no 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. So it's good for us. I wish I had Nudge now, but we can lockpick it. We can get a 4, and a second 4, and then next turn we should be able to kill him pretty easily. He's going to nudge to 5, but he doesn't have a way to get a 4, so he should be in pretty good shape. And we'll just kill him with the Wakizashi. Nice and smooth. I guess we'll take that. We don't really have any space limitations right now. Spiky Sneeze? Well, we do have extra dice after every round, so it doesn't hurt to keep it in. And if we find a crowbar or something, a Spiky Sneeze will be very fun. Robobot has, I think, just Cathode Ray Gun. So it's good if we've got evens, but it's not that interesting. Well, do I want to bump the 6 into a 7? So we could do 6, then we get a 1 and a 6. The 6 can go into the Cathode Ray, and split the lockpick into 2 1s. Or we could just lockpick the 6, I guess. No, we'll lockpick the 5. So now we can go 3 damage, 3 damage versus 2 damage, and reuse it. Yeah, I think I'd rather do this. Put him at 4, and then next turn we should have a kill pretty easily. So this will be 4 damage. They can only get 1 reuse out of it. Lockpick the 6, get a 4, win the game. We probably could have stolen Cathode Ray Gun, but I really don't think I'm gonna use it with the other stuff that I've got going on right now. We don't have that many dice yet. I'd like to get to the shop first, so we'll fight the wizard. Do 5 damage and lock dice that roll 6. We could do, if we're willing to sacrifice 1 damage off of the Wakizashi. Sure, that seems fun. And he's got a ton of stuff to steal. I guess. They're all kind of the same thing. So, we'll take that. We'll do 3. We'll hope for a 4, but we'll take a 3, and then we'll just put 2 in Spiky Sneeze. Oh, and he rolled a 6. It's very unfortunate for him. He will take no damage at all. So I can lockpick the 1 into 2 1s. Yeah, the art style is really neat. I don't know if Terry Kavanagh did it himself or if he hired someone else, but it's got a really fun art style to it. We can bump a 2 into a 3 and do 3. And then we can do 2 more. And we can just put 2 more in Spiky Sneeze. We're not doing anything else with them. He's going to do 5 to me, and then if we roll any 4s, we're locked. And that includes if we lockpick them, or if we were to bump them. So if I bump this 3 into a 4, it would lock the 4. So I don't want that to happen. I definitely want to do 5 damage and lock potential 6s. I definitely want to do 3 damage this turn. And I could Berserk and kill him with Spiky Sneeze just to finish the fight, and since he does 5 damage with every roll, I think I will. Just kill him outright. I'd rather not take 5 damage that I don't need to take, and we will keep that. 5 damage on a 6 is pretty good, and the incidental upside of locking dice. Do we want any of these? Crunch seems like it could be fun. We could put like a 1 and a 5 in there, it would do 6 and then return a 4. It helps with our dice economy. Snake Eye Charm isn't amazing, although we could start to put together a countdown build. But I think I would rather just crunch. We don't have the pieces that we need for that countdown build yet. So, no other options available to us. We'll go fight a pirate. Get the apple. Do damage unless 6, then inflict 1 burn is fun. He's got that or hookshot. Don't really want hookshot. Alright, so we can count the 3 up to a 4. And then we can put a 4 and a 1 in here to do 5. Oh, it must equal 6. So we can put a 4 and a 2 in there. And then we'll get a 2 back. We can split this 1 into 2 1s, and then we can put some there, 1 more there, and then we can do 1 more fire damage. Seems fine. It's like the best I could do with lower rolls, I suppose. 5 hurts. Here we can do a 5 and a 1 and get a 4. And then we can do 4, take 2 to bump that to 4, and then do another 4 for 8. I'll steal Redbeard just in case I want to use it later. Level up to max health, take Redbeard. There's Crowbar if we want to do the counter build. You use the countdown on all equipment by whatever you put into it. So that would help with Spiky Sneeze and nothing else right now, but it is something to look at. We can also take this out. And I think Bump is too valuable. Lockpick isn't super valuable because we have things to do with 4s, 5s, and 6s. So maybe we take that out. And then we can use Redbeard. Just in case Redbeard ends up being good for something. So do 5, lock the dice that rolls 6. We can't crunch with anything we currently have. So we'll start with that. We'll bump this up to a 3 and we'll put it in there. And then there's not really a difference between these two, I guess. What are the different potions she has? Robobot, Vacuum, I don't know what any of those do. I guess I'll just let her use them, because I'm not sure. Well, whatever. We'll just take that one. Might end up using it, we might not. She rolled 1/6, so that's -1 dice for her, which is nice. Robobot just gets her cathode ray gun. Okay. Bump a 5 to a 6. And then crunch and get a 2 back. And then do 2 with Wakizashi seems alright. That would be 5, 11, 13 damage, and if we Berserk we could just kill her? Sure. We'll just use the limit break. Might as well. There we go. And then we get Dryad Potion, whatever Dryad Potion does. I guess we can put it in to see what it does, and then take it out later. Swap Crunch out for it. We'll take an apple before we go down. You have an upgrade, loot, and a pair of apples. I don't need the upgrade urgently, so I think I'll just go get the random item in the chest. So we can counterspell, we can bump into Dryad Potion, and then hopefully a 4 does something when we're a Dryad. Or we could do 6 and get +1 dice next turn, so we have more stuff to do next turn. I think I like that a lot more. So we do 6 and then 8 with the Wakizashi. That seems like a pretty powerful turn. That's half his health gone already. Sure. And then next turn we can look at the Dryad Potion and we can see what it does. We're gonna get weakened once. Alright, we have... oh, okay. Dryad Potion now is 5 dice for no effect. In that case, we can do 5 damage. We can bump to do 6 damage. And then we can just inflict a weaken. Would have liked to kill him that turn, but maybe we won't get weakened this turn and we can find out what the Dryad Potion does. Let's just look at it and see. We can inflict 4 poison with dice that equal 7. Or we can Acorn Shield. I think we can kill him? So if we Acorn Shield twice, that's going to turn this into a 3, and then a 2, and then we have dice that equal 7. And then we unturn any dice to poison. But Dryad Potion doesn't seem incredible, so I think we're just going to take it out and replace it with Crunch again. I'd rather use that. A second Spiky Sneeze. Crowbar is starting to look really interesting. I need like one more payoff on that though. And it's not Dryad Potion. That's not going to be good enough. But we'll keep our eyes out. We don't have dice that equal 6. We do have a Deck of Wonder. Let's bump and Deck of Wonder and see what that turns into. Inky Juggle. Max 3, do 3 damage, get a new blind dice? That could be fun. It feels like it's really hard to use a blind dice for this build. We can put it in a counterspell to know if it's a 6. But it's going to be really hard to put it into Crunch and know what we get. We could put it into Redbeard for just regular damage, I guess. I mean, we're not doing anything else this turn, so sure, take 3, get a blind dice. It was a 1. And then we'll do 4. I don't love the Witch Potion, but maybe we'll get a different Deck of Wonder next turn, and it might be a better spell. She's got Hookshot and Static something this time. Add 3 shield with an odd dice. I don't think that's good enough. Let's go bump into a 6. We could unlock Crunch, but we can't use it. So we might as well just do 2 and then 1. She can do Hookshot if she wants. That seems really good. I wonder if we get to steal that. No, we get Electric Shock instead. I still can't use Crunch, but I can use a lot of Wakizashi. So I can do 8 and then 3 for 11. And that's probably pretty close to good enough. You know, 3 and a burn. So if he uses the burning dice, she'll go to 1, and then we definitely kill her next turn. Burn all dice is terrifying. But we should only take 2 from that, because we can just put something into a Wakizashi. Okay, level up again. Extra die, 1 more fight, and then we get our upgrade anvil. Bunch of 6s. Can't use crunch. I'll go ahead and lock any 6s that you roll. We can do 6 fire, we could do 6 static. And we can just do 8 off of the Wakizashi by bumping the 4. If we bump the 6, we'd get a 6 and a 1, but that still doesn't let us use crunch. It gets us close. But I guess this does give us a free 1, so we might as well. So we'll do 6 damage, 4 damage, 3 damage, and then just 1 off of Transistor. Capacitor looks fun for Crowbar. I would love to be able to steal that if it pops up. Now, Transistor again. Can I kill him this turn? Is it worth waiting 1 more turn? I don't think 6, 8, 9, 10. Hey, we could Berserk and kill him, but can he do much damage to me? If he rolls a 6, it's pretty bad. I don't think I want to wait for Capacitor. We'll just Berserk. I think we're strong enough as is that we don't have to worry about it too much. I still would really like to have a Crowbar payoff ability, though. So, upgrade Wakizashi to get 3 uses? That doesn't seem great. Crunch plus must equal 8 instead of 6. So it does more damage. Bump has 2 uses, that's kind of whatever. Counterspell is kind of whatever. Crowbar plus is 2 uses. I guess we could just do the Crowbar build now. We could upgrade Crowbar plus. We've got a pair of Spiky Sneezes that should do decent damage. They do 6 and kind of reduce each other, and then what else would we use? We'd have a lot of extra dice, so we could use Crunch. We could also keep Wakizashi because we could use it twice. I'm gonna gamble and upgrade Crowbar and hope that we find some kind of payoff further on down. And then do we actually use it? I would probably want to replace that, and then replace Redbeard with a pair of Spiky Sneezes. So, Crowbar those down with large dice. Use Wakizashi for small dice, and then put dice that equals 6 into Crunch. Should give us a pretty good spread of being able to use everything. I guess, maybe? And we're only halfway through, so we should have a bunch of opportunities to find something better. But if we're gonna fight Snowman, I'm gonna put Redbeard back in because he's weak to fire. And then we'll do that build later. But Redbeard should make it really easy to just blow through him. Like here, do 10 fire damage. Sure. And then do another 5. And then do 8. That feels like about the most damage that we could possibly extract out of our dice. Using a 3 to do 5 damage and inflict 1 freeze is also kind of interesting, but it's big. It takes up 2 slots. I mean, I'll still take it, but I doubt we're gonna use it. pretty good. So we're still gonna have a 5. We can add these to 6. That will return us a 4. And then we can do 8 off the Wakizashi, or we could do 8 off of Redbeard. Actually, we could do 10 off of Redbeard if I bump the 4. So yeah, we'll bump the 4. We'll do 10. And then we'll do 4, 5. Very smooth. Yeah, the snowman is a bit of a nightmare. He definitely works out. Alright, what do we got in the shop? Trade Crunch for Catastrophe, which inflicts shock, burn, and freeze, and is a countdown. I'm very tempted. As much as I've liked using Crunch, Catastrophe is another thing that we could put into the crowbar. Sure. Let's do something fun instead of something that's necessarily good. So we take Counterspell back out, we put Crowbar in, and we put a pair of Spiky Sneezes in. The Wakizashi isn't doing a ton, but it is a nice dump for other dice that we can't use, that we can just turn into damage. So all high dice are going to go into Crowbar. Anything that's 5 or 6 goes into Crowbar immediately. Anything that's low gets bumped and then goes into Wakizashi, I guess. And if we upgrade the bump, we could bump twice to get 2 more damage out of Wakizashi effectively, so that might be okay. We'll run with that for a bit and see how it goes. I wouldn't mind finding a reusable countdown, but I haven't seen one yet, I don't think. This is an incredible crowbar roll. So reduce countdowns by 6, that's going to fire both the Spiky Sneezes. It will imitate a random contestant, and it'll trigger Catastrophe, so that should be... We could also bump it to get a free 1. Yeah, let's bump it to get a free 1, and then we'll crowbar. Okay. Oh, I'm a witch now? I don't know what order those went off in, but I guess this is my life now. So I can do 5 off of Magic Missile with a 4. I can do 5 off of Magic Missile with a 6. I can get a new dice out of Cauldron. But I think I'm still going to have more dice than abilities. So we'll do 5, we'll do 10. Would I rather have a Weaken or a Shock? If I Shock his Imitate, it'll eat 1... Wait, what's my crowbar still here? Can I... I can I don't think I'm supposed to be able to use that, because I'm a witch now. But I can't... The crowbar wouldn't do anything anyway, so I guess I'll just ignore it. I think I'd rather do a shock, so we'll just do this and this. Oh, I can't use it anyway. Okay. I guess that's just where your abilities go when you transform. Alright, so that eats 1 die. Wastes 2 to imitate, and then he does 6 to me. That's pretty good. These are extremely low. Can I do anything with this? I can unlock, bump that to a 4, put it into crowbar, then I can Spiky Sneeze and see what it hits, or I could just crowbar and get all of them, but I'm worried that Imitate would fire first again and I wouldn't get either Spiky Sneeze. So I think this is going to be safer, and then it might end up imitating anyway, and I can do something with this one. Yeah, there we go. I'll do 1. I don't think we're going to be stealing Imitate, because it makes it impossible to do the things that I want to do. So we will just kill him this fight, instead of doing anything fancy. Bump. Crowbar, do a bunch of stuff. I'm an inventor now. We can combine these into a 5 to do 5 off of Hammer, and he's dead. Yeah, Imitate is not the one for this build. It's probably fun for other builds, but not here. And then Loudbird will level us for when we go to the next floor. Do you have any countdowns? No. Min 3, max 2, and then doubles. I'm going to be ignoring that side of the screen for this whole fight, I think. Let's get a free 1. Count these down. They'll trigger Catastrophe. We don't need to crowbar anymore, and we're just going to put a pair of 4s into Wakizashi. And we'll have 2 dice left over. We need something else to do with dice. That's very inefficient. That seems like a pretty good roll, though. He'll be able to get 3 armor. But I don't think we're worried that much about it. Oh wait, actually we are. Our Spiky Sneeze is not going to do any damage. That's pretty bad. I guess we'll still do it, because we don't really do anything else. And then we'll get a free 1, and we'll do nothing because he has armor. Do we actually do enough damage to hurt him now? We might not... Okay, that's a good roll. He will not be able to wing flap that much this turn, but we are going to take a ton of damage. Alright, he's only reducing his damage by 2 this turn. So Spiky Sneeze will do something to him. We'll take this. We'll take 2, we'll give him a bunch of conditions, and then we can Wakizashi 1 more damage in, and we can caw at him, whatever that does. When he uses any equipment, inflict weaken. I don't know that that's gonna be good enough, but hopefully we weaken wing flap. Nope, we can caw. Okay, we only got 1 shield off that time. This is still kind of a nightmare. It's a good thing we level after this fight. Alright, do 4, inflict a bunch of conditions, take 6 more. I still don't really want to steal any of these, but whatever. Maybe he'll upgrade into something hilarious. This is horrible. We're not going to do any damage next turn. I should probably stop freezing him, in all honesty. But instead, I'm just gonna keep freezing him. And I guess we can caw? This could have gone really poorly. I think we're gonna live, but this could have gone very, very poorly. We can wing flap. Great. Except it did nothing because he had the 2 ones to use it anyway. We can damage him this turn. We can do 2 to him this turn. Or we could caw at him and hope that we get 1s, because we're not going to be able to Catastrophe, I don't think. So we'll Spiky Sneeze for our guaranteed 2. And then we'll caw. And we will hope. It's not going to matter, he has 3 ones. He's just going to wing flap 3 times. But he's not going to do any damage to us, so... We can Wakizashi twice. That'll do 2. We can Catastrophe once. That'll put him to 1 if he uses the burned dice. And he has to waste a dice on Shock. He's just gonna get 3 shield. But we should have him dead this turn. We just need, yeah, a 4 for Wakizashi. Alright, that was almost really bad. But we did it. Sure, I'll take Caw. Might upgrade into something fun. Backstab needs 3. It's way too late to try and do Backstab, though. It's not going to build up enough. Hacksaw, split a dice into 3. We don't really need that, so I guess we'll just upgrade. What does Caw upgrade into? Caw's 4 times. Okay. Neat. Spiky Sneeze isn't great. Catastrophe doubles the conditions we inflict, which could be kind of fun. There's also Bump for better guaranteed damage. I kind of like Catastrophe. inflicting double conditions. 2 shock and 2 burn is just gonna use up so many of their dice, I guess, that it should wind up being pretty good for us. Let's do the Kraken first to unlock the upgrade, and then get to the shop and see if we can buy anything that we want to upgrade. This is a great start. 6 damage and plus 2 shock, plus reduce all these cooldowns. So we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do this. There's a lot of damage. And then I guess we'll put a 2 into Wakizashi. We still have leftover dice. We need even more stuff to put dice in. That crowbar upgrade is actually not that useful yet, and was kinda wasted. I don't think we've put 2 dice into that crowbar once. Also, speaking of what the hell was crowbar. So this is Wakizashi. One of these is bump, and one of these is crowbar. So if we put a 6 into one of them, and it's bump, we'll get a 6 and a 1. And if we put the 6 into crowbar, then we'll just do the crowbar, which is what we want to do in the first place. I would really love to know which one bump is, though. Because we could bump a 1 into a 2, and I'm pretty sure that's his shock ability. Let's gamble. Alright, that was crowbar. That means this is bump. So we can shock for 2, and then Wakizashi for 3 more. And just continue to not use crowbar. But this shocks all of his abilities, and he has 2 burn dice. We'll be confused again next turn. We would love to bump this into a 6. We're 50-50 on finding it. Nope. Oh, that was a countdown. That wasn't even... It couldn't have even been bump. I guess we'll try that. That was countdown again. So that's crowbar. This is bump. We'll bump into a 2, and then we'll crowbar both of those out, and then we'll Wakizashi for 4. I feel like that went okay. We're confused again, but... Oh, Andy got cursed, it didn't even matter, but we're in Wakizashi territory, so we'll just do the 3. I could have taken Ancient Terror there, but I don't think it's the countdown payoff that we're looking for right now. Rat King might be, though. Rat King is going to have the Poison Crown thing that should be real good for crowbar. So we're going to steal that immediately. And then we're just going to have everything go off. Oh, and we get a new dice every time we crowbar that? Alright, this is incredible. So, we'll do 5, we'll get a new dice, we'll do 5, we'll get a new dice, we can do 5 again, we'll get a new dice. I could poison one more time, but he's strong to poison, so I think I'll just Wakizashi to instead for the better damage. The poison's not going to be that good here, but in other fights, I think that's going to be really good. We need him to get super unlucky with rolls. That's perfect. Alright. He only took 1 poison. We can live with that. Well, crowbar just the 5 to get a new dice. No, we should just bump it into a 6. We should have Spiky Sneeze go off, so it's guaranteed. Get all that stuff going. And then we'll Wakizashi. And we'll put some dice into Poison Crown. Poison Crown is also going to be an excellent dump for the dice that we can't use in a given turn. So we can just put them in there instead of letting them go unused. Take 3 poison. Alright, we're good. And then he should die this turn. So we'll bump to 6. We'll crowbar, he'll take 6 off Spiky Sneeze. And then we can do 8 off Wakizashi. Alright, very smooth. Very smooth, very easy. We 100% steal that. It is 2, but I honestly think we can dump Wakizashi and bump, and we can put a Poison Crown in. And just have this be the build. So it's all countdown stuff and then crowbar. And now we could see what the upgraded Poison Crown looks like. It might actually reduce in size. Oh my god, it does. Upgrade. And then put bump back in. So if we bump a 5 into a 6, it's essentially taking 4 points of dice off everything else. So that seems useful to me. But I could also see a world where we just put 4s into a Wakizashi. I don't know. I think we'll just run with this. This feels more correct, but I'm not positive. And add 4 poison and a 3rd spiky sneeze? We kind of just have to take the 3rd spiky sneeze, right? If we run into things that are strong against poison, that's not going to be that good. Then Spiky Sneeze is just always going to be good, because it's going to count down the other poison. It's going to give us more dice. So now we take out Bump and we just run a 3rd Spiky Sneeze. And we just go all in on that. We'll eat an apple and we'll go fight Wisp. And then we'll fight Singer. And then I think that's last floor. Wisp is strong against fire. That's fine. He's not strong against poison. Do 3 damage and haunt a dice with a max of 3. I think we have to crowbar, though? This is an atrocious roll. Because we want Poison Crown to fire and maybe give us a better die. In fact, we almost might just want to do this. No, that's crazy. Wow, this roll's horrible. Whatever, I'll haunt 3 dice. I don't even know what that means, so let's find out. And then we'll count all of this down. We'll get ready to Poison Crown next turn. Using any piece of equipment will re-roll a random dice. That's not even good. It's just like, it changes dice. It'd re-roll it into a 3. It was actively bad for us. Alright, I'm never haunting again. And do- oh my god, this is horrible. This is just a horrible situation. I want to berserk and leave this fight. So let's just hear all of our countdowns. Oh, it's so good. Reduce everything by 3 and then Poison Crown one more time. And then Poison Crown me. Yeah, the first roll was horrible, but this is much better. Alright, we get Vanished again. That sucks. Vanish is a disaster. But we'll just crowbar. Everything will go off. We'll crowbar again. Everything will go off. We'll poison. We'll poison. We'll poison. And if we get... No, he's actually just dead. He has 6 poison. 7 poison. 8 poison. And then we can just Jack-o'-lantern. Whatever, we'll use all of our dice. Okay. Poison Crown makes this feel like it's all coming together at this point. We're gonna need both these apples, because we level up next fight. We'll stack everything up for Singer. Do 2 damage, increase power with each note, but needs a 4. Well, we might get a 4 out of Poison Crown. Let's find out. Nope, just another 5. Okay. We might get a 4 out of Poison Crown. Nope, that's a 1. That's a 6. That is also a 6. I would like a 4. Can I please have a 4? There we go. We were always going to get it. Oh, and a 3? Okay, sure. I don't have a second 3, though. Return a useful dice? What's a useful dice? Also, Karaoke Machine feels really fun when we get random dice out of Poison Crown, but it's not a countdown, and we'd have to get rid of some of the spiky sneezes, which might not even be that good now that we have Poison Crown, honestly. You know, I'll take it. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but I'll take it. I mean, Poison Crown alone is just doing like 7 damage. What's your useful dice? A 5? Wait. Does Autotune give you whatever die the Karaoke Machine needs? Okay, so reduce cooldowns by 5 leaves us a second 5 for Karaoke Machine. Oh, it doesn't carry over from turn to turn! It's worse than I thought, but we might still kinda be able to use it with all the dice that Poison Crown gives us. So, like, we put a 5 into that. Now it needs a 4. We'll get another die. I would rather Poison Crown. And I feel like if I would rather Poison Crown when I have a die to put into Karaoke Machine, it means it's probably not that good. So I think we're just going to leave that alone. And we'll keep rolling with just the incredible poison value that we get off of the Poison Crown. We don't have to do anything and she just dies next turn. We could just pass turn right now. But instead we're gonna fire all of our spiky sneezes. Yeah. Alright, max level. Whatever, we'll take it. We'll get an extra die. And then this should be boss. Beatrice. I hope that Beatrice is not strong against poison. She's a bee, so I wouldn't put it past her, but I think we're okay. Oh, she has countdowns. That's very unfortunate for Beatrice, because we're gonna steal all those. Reduce countdowns by 5. Reduce them by 5. We can reduce them by 5 again. We can reduce them by 5 again. We can do it again. And we can do it at least one more time. Yeah, that's it. Alright, 7 poison. All of your stuff is shocked. So that's a nice place to be. When I use any equipment, inflict shock to myself. That is terrifying. What is the best way to handle this then? I'd like to get all of my spiky sneezes to fire before I need to shock, or before they can get shocked. So I guess we'll just crowbar. Yeah, and now we need to burn a die on crowbar and on spiky sneeze, so that's unfortunate. We'll put a 4 into that, get all that to fire, and then we'll just stack up poison. But that was less than ideal. Sting is not great, but we've already stacked so much poison that I think this fight is just, like, over for you. It's just a disaster. We could pass turn for the rest of the game and we'd be fine. But we won't, we'll crowbar instead. Yeah. Yeah, okay, we can still keep going. We can still keep going. She's very dead, but we can still keep going. We can no longer keep going. She is dead, though. Alright. Man, crowbar builds are the best. There is almost no thought involved. But there's Thief done, so let's move on to Jester. Jester, if I remember from last time, is like Slay the Spire, but a character. Doesn't work here anymore. Yeah. Lore. Please let me just go play Slay the Spire in Dicey Dungeons. Thank you. Yeah, it's still a deck. Even do 2 damage, odd don't do 2 damage. Okay. Inflict a shock, maybe. This seems very bad when I only have 1 die. I'm tempted to shock him. And I think I might... 2 damage off a throwing axe is not incredible. Whatever. I'm gonna shock him once. Oh wait, I get dice back? Do they all return my dice? Like... Okay. In retrospect, probably could have played that round a little better. Oh, and it's the alternate version of shocked, where he loses 3 health to unlock it. Okay, so do 3, get a die back, and then whatever. Okay, I think this is starting to make sense. So we always get our dice back, but we can't always control what the dice that it returns is. I like that, actually. Odd to draw a card, even or any die to do 3 damage. So we want to see an odd die back. We'll draw a card, it'll return it, we'll do 3 more. Okay. Okay, this is making sense now. He might get really close to launching around. No, he can't. He needs a 3. He can't get a 3. Alright. We need to inflict a shock and get an even die here. Or we're not having a great time. Yeah, there we go. Okay. It's nice that you get the die back on each roll. Another throwing axe? I don't love throwing axe, because on an odd die it doesn't do anything. I feel like I want cards that always do something, no matter what you put into them. And these Zlonk cards seem good enough compared to throwing axe of doing like maybe more damage on an even, maybe less, and on half of your die rolls just not doing anything. I also really like the alternate shock. Instead of using a die to unlock them, you have to pay life to unlock them, and so that helps our damage as well. Or it just means that they can't use a piece of equipment, which is also good. We take those either way. So we'll do 3, we'll inflict a shock. He'll pay, that's pretty good. We'll take a random status from this. What do we get? Blind? I'm okay with blind because it doesn't matter. We can just put any dice anywhere. So I'm pretty okay with that as a random condition that we get. And I think it's 3 life to pay to unlock, so he can't use that. He couldn't use any of them. He rolled all odds. That's beautiful. You just kill you. It's that easy. It is just that easy. I receive an extra card. Does it tell me what it is? No. It... Oh, an extra card! I draw 1 more card per turn. Okay. Oh, and I just completely forgot to get this chest? No, I ignored it. I didn't want that card. Okay. Okay, it's starting to all make sense here. What do these upgrade into? 2 damage and inflict a shock. I like this. Gain a mana. I have absolutely no idea what mana does at this point in my life. Do X plus 2. So if I roll an even, it's strictly better than Zlonk. Even on a 2, it'll do 4 damage, and on a 6, it'll do 8. But it still doesn't do anything on an odd. If I spend a mana, it returns a 6. So at least now I know what mana does. But I would need to upgrade 2 of them to make any use of it, when I could just upgrade Jarring Jolt for a little bit of guaranteed damage, this is actually kind of hard. It's actually a hard choice. I guess there's going to be other cards that probably need mana. So we'll upgrade Skipping Rope now, so that later we have a source of mana and we can use mana cards. Even if that upgrade does nothing for us now, it should do more for us later. Marshmallow lets us get an extra card, so we'll do that. And now we draw 3? Yeah, now we draw 3. So, even we do 4. Since it's an even, we'll just do it now. We had no way of knowing that would be a 6, but it's fine. Because we can just do that. Okay. It's all starting to make sense. This is going to be a lot of damage. But we do have to draw 3 up. Oh my god. I don't know that I have to unlock that right now. So let's do 3. Now I kind of do. Because then we can draw 3. We can do 4. We want the odd. We can shock. We can do 3, and we can shock. And we used our whole deck. Presumably that is a good thing, and we shock both of his abilities, so he can only use 1. It's unfortunate that it's the one that does 6 damage to us, but at least he could only use 1, and then we just kill him. Yeah, okay. Okay. We don't level, which is unfortunate, but we did unlock both the apples, at least. 2 mana to do 8 damage seems very fun and cool. So let's eat both those apples. Sticky Hands in the original game just runs, so maybe he does the same thing here. We'll find out. Do double damage with 50% chance to backfire. That is a little scary. We want an even for that. We don't have any way of producing 2 mana, so it doesn't matter when we do that. And we can just do 3. I'd like an even die, please. Thank you. The perfect even die, in fact. Alright, so he might do 8, or he could just do 8 to himself. That's amazing, because I think we can just kill him now. We'll gain a mana. We'll do 3. And we'll shock him twice. So he will be able to unlock his abilities. We only shock him once, that sucks. That also sucks, but we level. So we'll do 3, we'll do 6. Ooh, upgrade destroy a card. Let's look at our options first. 2 uses this turn is kind of interesting. We're limited by the number of cards that we draw each turn. And if we can use Chili Pepper twice, it's like we draw an extra card. So that seems really good. Or we could come... Well, we kind of have our mana sink now. Like, we don't need to upgrade Slonk because we don't necessarily need a 6. We would rather just put the mana into this. I kind of like just being able to use this twice a turn. Yeah, let's just use this twice a turn. Who cares? And then we'll hit the shop, and we'll go fight Sneezy. Equip Sunlight Shield once per battle. I don't know what that means. Equip Jazzer's Pendant. I don't know what that means. Oh, gain +2 shield each turn. Gain +2 mana each turn. If we can make that work, that seems great. If we can get a 6, that seems great. But gain 2 mana each turn means that we can do that 8 damage thing once a turn every time we draw it. So that has to be what we go with. So we use our abilities, and then the spare die goes into Jazzer's Pendant. Okay. That's fun design. We'll do a shock. We'll do a Slonk. I don't really want to put a 2 into the pendant, so... Wait, why does it draw 3 per turn now? I don't fully understand what that means. Does it change every turn? I'd like you to turn into a 6, please. 5? That's... Oh, and we still get the die back? No, it's just mana each turn. Oh, the draw 3 per turn is the number of cards that we draw each turn. It's just telling me. Okay. I understand now. Okay, we're gonna get sneezed twice, but it's not horrible. We have so much mana now, so we can do 8, 16? We can do 16 to him this turn? Yeah, sure. Yeah, just, like, take all the damage in the world and then go away. Oh, those equipment cards are really strong then. Like, you just automatically get them. Flip a die upside down and draw a card? Don't care. I don't want a thick deck. I want, like, Jazzer's Pendant and Chili Pepper and, like, one other thing to do each turn. And it feels like that is honestly all we need. We do not need to do anything else to win a fight. I'd like to get to apples, because I don't think we level up. Did I miss an enemy on an earlier floor? These level ups feel really weird. So we fight sorcerers, we get 2 shops and 2 apples. We'll do that. Alright, we need an even for throwing axe. That's an odds. We're just going to put dice into this lonk. And then never get an even die. Okay. That's fair, I guess. This is why I don't like throwing axe and would rather it go away forever. These aren't particularly scary? Are they? Don't really care? That could actually be very scary with high rolls, so maybe I do care. Let's just build Jazzer's Pendant. Let's get a die... Wait, do we just immediately get 2 mana? That doesn't, like, fully feel right. It seems really strong. But I'm not gonna complain. Whatever. Yeah, take 4. I'm very afraid of the double die abilities that she has. I would please like you to die this turn. I don't think it's going to happen because we can't draw enough cards. You definitely die next turn, and you go to 4 if you need to unshock something. Yeah, we're going to take a bunch off that. But 3, 6... We can do 3, 6, and then we can draw to avoid having to take the 3 from the unshock, because I'm not sure if we get the level up. If we do, that's unfortunate. I'd rather have the limit break, but yeah, we don't get the level up. Which means we're going to have to eat the apple. Yes, please? What don't we like? I do not like throwing axe. Please destroy this card. Do you play Dicey Dungeons? Dude, I love Dicey Dungeons. I was beyond pogged when I saw that he did the free reunion update or whatever. That's what I'm playing through now. I did Thief once earlier, and now I'm on Jester. And Jester's super fun. We're just gonna keep destroying cards for... I just want to, like, Chili Pepper and Jazzer's Pendant every turn and then do nothing else. Like, these don't even get me out of bed in the morning now. I'm so far past them. So, we'll heal once, we'll fight Alchemist, we'll level up, and then we'll do Vacuum, eat the other apple. It's worth a check, but even if it's not, it's like a... The reunion stuff is like a separate world, so you don't need, like, the old save or anything. It's all just new content. Alright, so we're gonna unlock this immediately. We're gonna start the mana flowing. We're just gonna do stuff to you. You're gonna make potions that might be scary. Transform into a Dryad. So you can't equal 7, which is great for us, but you're going to have a ton of shield. We would really like to draw a card, so let's try and get an odd die. Let's try and get an odd die. There we go. Let's draw a card. Yeah, and then let's do 8. And then let's just do another 8. It's so strong. It does not feel like the most balanced thing in the world, but I guess that's fine. Wolf Puppy likes evens, and you only have one of those, so that's also great news for us. Yeah, this fight went about, like, as well as you could imagine, and now we'll just do 8 directly to you. And then we'll level, and then we'll heal, and then we'll upgrade. Starts in my hand? I mean, if I destroy enough cards out of my deck, it also starts in my hand. So we'll just do that instead. Oh wait, that's an upgrade. Please don't upgrade. Please destroy me instead. Or was the shock a good upgrade? Do 2 damage and inflict a shock? It was not a good upgrade. I want to do nothing but chili pepper every turn. And then get more chili pepper, and then continue to chili pepper every turn. Draw a card. For 2 mana, next equipment has +1 use. I don't really care. I can't afford it anyway. I only have 1 coin. Alright, I'll be leaving. Thank you. Do I really want to destroy another slog? No, you can only upgrade once, but like I could get a second chili pepper, and then I could have 2 upgraded chili peppers. And then I would run out of mana immediately, because Shazra's Pendant only makes 2. So maybe that's like not the most ideal thing in the world. And actually, now that I look at it, so like I draw Jazzra's Pendant every turn. Okay, I build it first turn. I get 2 mana, but I spend 2 mana, so I can only use it once per turn anyway, because I'm not going to have enough mana to do it. So maybe I should look for like a second source of damage in my deck, rather than just destroying all of my Slonks on sight. Alright, so that's what we're looking for now. We need like a backup damage source for when we can't just chili pepper to the moon. Anyway, we're going to chili pepper to the moon. We're just going to continue to chili pepper to the moon. Am I afraid of blind? Like, no, not particularly. I don't think the number on my die matters at all. Alright, that is uneven. The number on my die matters. Are you odd? No. Please, odd die? I would love for you to be odd, son of a bitch. Okay, we're just going to use 2 cards this turn, and that's going to be fine. Not blind's fault, though. It literally did not matter. It was just unlucky. Are you odd? No. God damn it. Alright, fine. We'll do 8. We'll do 16. You're odd now? You're dead now? We win these? It was never in doubt. I am, like, kinda hurting, though, so I'll eat an apple. Gain mana. Oh, but I have to add both? But Skipping Rope is okay. Skipping Rope is just like, it cantrips with an odd die, so I think I will add both of these. Mana Charge is definitely good enough to add. And Skipping Rope is like, if you have an odd, it just cycles itself. I don't want to destroy it. I really wanted the upgrade, but I don't have the upgrade anymore. I want to upgrade. I want to see what Mana Charge upgrades into, and also upgrade the Skipping Rope to get more mana. But that's going to have to come next floor. At least... Alright, so we got Rotten Apple, Copycat. And our level up is very far away, which means I probably want to fight Rotten Apple so I can get to the good apples if I need to. And I think that's a trade wagon? Mana Charge goes to any? Maybe. Or what if it's like max 4 and gives you 2 mana? That would be arguably even better. So we'll get some mana. We'll do these. We'll draw 3 because we have it. Gain 4 mana? Yeah, I'll do that. I will do that, like, all the time. Really not loving that I don't roll odd dice anymore. This is terrifying. I don't want to be poisoned 9 times, but I guess it's probably going to happen. This is a damn nightmare. If this lunk does not roll into an odd, I am in like a world of hurt. Oh my god. I am about to be extremely poisoned. Just the most poison jester. Oh my god, that you've seen in your life? But I guess now he doesn't do anything? He just doesn't do anything. So we can do 16. And then we can shock him, but shock doesn't matter. Because he has no dice. And burn doesn't matter because he has no dice. And then we take 8. This is horrible. This is like the worst thing that's ever happened to anyone. He just looks at me. And we're so far from a level up, I just remembered. And we need to draw to... Okay, we need a second source of damage in this deck, because this is horrible. There we go. That was, I would describe as, like, a less than ideal fight. I'm gonna eat 1 apple and gamble. Equip gauntlets? No, Jazzer's Pendant is so much better. Get that out of here. Slash. Do 3 damage, draw a card, max 3. It's damage, and it cycles, so we'll take it. And then we're gonna go to a shop. Return it. Cost 9 mana, do 25 damage. You can't stop me from doing this. It's way too much fun. We do 25 damage. It kills everything. It kills, like, not even Copycat, but in combination with other things, it kills everything. Apple? No, I don't care. I'm not a coward. What could possibly kill us? We just got Ragnarok. We get, like, 6 mana already? He's already dead. He just doesn't even know it. He probably can't kill us when we have 21. Also, I'm gonna draw though, because maybe like he can now that I think about it. That does nothing. That was a waste to draw 3. I would love to get something that's like, I don't know, roll nothing but odd dice for the rest of your life. This is fine though. We'll take a little bit of incidental damage, but that's about as good as that could have gone. Oh, I need 1 more mana to Ragnarok. I could Zlonk into an upgraded jump rope. Or not. Because that doesn't actually even return a card, and I'm just not thinking. We'll Chili Pepper instead. And then, I guess we'll do Ragnarok to get a 6. That does nothing. But we should have him dead next turn with, like, even a decent roll. We have enough mana for the whatever fireball. I'm not super afraid of what just happened. That was fine. I think that we've gotten extremely lucky by not taking a ton of damage this fight. Skipping Rope is draw a card. Skipping Rope Plus is draw a card and gain a mana. I don't really need that here. I can just draw the card. I can inflict a shock. But now I'm like, I could Skipping Rope into something that kills him. He could have transformed into Warrior and fucked me up, and also he still could, so I'm like... No, because if I like Skipping Rope Plus and I draw like a Zlonk, it's not even going to kill him. I would need to Skipping Rope into exactly Chili Pepper. So I'm losing 3 HP guaranteed to have like a 1 in... I guess like a 1 in 6, because there's 6 cards left. Like a 1 in 6 of killing him. When instead I could just end turn. He has to pay 3 for the shock. I could like still totally die here, but I don't think that the Skipping Rope Plus is the right... Well, I'll get the mana. I don't think that the Skipping Rope Plus is the right play there. I think it's too risky. If he rolls Warrior, I'm terrified. With these dice rolls, I'm dead. Nope. He's gonna shield 6 times. He's going to almost kill me, and then he's gonna combat roll for BM. But I 100% kill him here. So that's nice, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We were never in doubt. I was always fine. And also, like, we can still go back and buy the apple. This is calculated. Is this good? Gain 2 mana? And it's also another source of damage. It's not relying on odds, but I'm also getting to the point where I don't want to make the deck too thick. Because we're at 10 cards right now, and that's pretty bad. So I think I'm gonna skip it. God, this deck is like 80% cards that do absolutely nothing, and then 1 card that deletes everything on the face of the planet. It is a better Zonk, but like I wouldn't really want to add a Zonk to the deck right now either, because a better Zonk is still not as good as like making it less likely that we draw Ragnarok and Skipping Rope Plus and Slash and Skipping Rope. Despite the fact that they're so reliant on odds, which I'm unable to roll. I'm gonna heal a lot and think about it as I fight Wolfbub. There wasn't even an apple here. Okay. This Direwolf is going to be terrifying. We're gonna have to do so much damage so quickly. Strong against poison? I don't care. I don't even know what poison is. Jazzer's Pendant and Opening Hand is great. I probably should have put that 5 into Skipping Rope, but I was not thinking. It didn't matter. Always lucky. And I really think I just need to front load all of this. So we're going to draw a card and gain a mana. That should have gone into Slash. Okay, this deck is maybe more complicated than I was prepared for. We can draw a card. We need a 4 or lower. We need a 4 or lower. We got the 4, and now we can Chili Pepper again. Huge. Incredible. He's the greatest jester that you've ever seen. He's so fricked up. He's going to repeat his next action, but he can't even do anything. We could actually just, like, kill him here. Yeah, take the mana. We're at 9. I need an odd die more than I've ever needed an odd die in my life, but get absolutely deleted. Alright, that was, like, maybe the best set of rolls and draws that we could possibly have asked for, but skill was definitely on our side. Yeah, okay, so it's just do anything and gain that amount of mana. That's pretty good. Max 5 is, like, kinda good, but I think we can afford to wait for it. Would I rather just have, like, a second Skipping Rope to get the mana out faster? Maybe. There's so many good options here. What does Slash do? Max 4, draw a card? It's kind of boring compared to the rest of the stuff we have going on here. I have to think that Mana Charge Plus is just going to be better. Like, if we get the Nut Draw, we're like, Jazzer's Pendant, Mana Charge, we're at 8, and then we just need to find anything else, and then we can Ragnarok. Yeah. And I think it's easy enough to... Classic words, don't clip this, but I think it's easy enough to roll an odd for a Ragnarok. Like, when you have 4 die and you're at 9 mana. And surely that decision will not get me killed when I roll like 5 evens in a row when a Ragnarok could have killed them. I don't foresee that ever happening. What is that? I have no idea what that blueprint is. But I guess we'll go to it, because this works us towards an apple as well. Yeah. We'll go that way. Okay. We're gonna be smart this time, and we're gonna just cycle for new cards. That does nothing for us, but it will at least just be a burn. We'll burn one of your 4 dice that you put toward Shifting Storm. And I'll do it again, because it's, you know, Chili Pepper Plus. That's not a horrible roll for a countdown deck, I guess. He gets to do it twice, and we do not care about freeze. If anything, freeze is better for us because there's so much shit in this deck that needs to be odd. So we'll draw that. We'd like to reroll into something higher. Okay, I'll take 2 mana instead of 1 mana, I guess. Oh, I could have returned the 6 and then gotten 6 mana, you fool. Okay, well, we'll return a 6 and do nothing with it as a lesson for next time. Dude, Jester's, like, complicated. Like, this shit's hard. I wasn't ready to think. Is it a duplicator? Oh, man, then we duplicate mana crystal? Shit, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. We could do 8. And I kind of like just doing 8 because Ragnarok is not really showing up. But let's equip the Jazzer's Pendant because it doesn't matter. We'll roll an odd for skipping rope. We're at 5. So if I put this into Slunk and we get like a 6, then I could draw 3 for a mana crystal. And then if we also get Ragnarok, that's pretty good. It's a 4. There's the mana charge. But is that going to be good enough? 29. Yeah, I mean, I think that's like when I played it. I don't have the date anymore, but it was definitely like a couple years ago. And then I watched Angry Tom play it on YouTube, and I was like, oh shit, the new DLC is out, and then immediately had to go and play it because it's just an incredible game. It's so much fun. This is what got me into Slay the Spire as well, which is like, you know, gritty, dicey dungeons with much less of the charm and much more thinking. Have you done Slay the Spire as well, or have you just done like dicey dungeons? Because that's another one to check out if you're a fan of this sort of mechanic. Anyway, I need a max 3 for Slash to cycle that card. So the 4 is pretty good for mana charge, and also it puts us at 9. So I think we'll just lock in the possibility of drawing our finisher. We'll try and turn this into... I mean, that's probably good enough. Right, we're gonna spend 2 mana, and then we're gonna spend another 2 mana, because we get more mana. It's not even, like, that big of a deal that we didn't roll an odd in 3 rolls. I'm not, like, even close to mad. And I actually think it's very funny. And we're just gonna get completely frozen out, which is okay, because they're odds, and then we're gonna draw Mana Crystal and Ragnarok, and everything's gonna be great. 8, Mana Crystal, Mana Charge, Mana Charge me, Inflict a Shock, give me an odd. It's perfect, everything lined up. She had 1 health, but we definitely needed all 25 damage of that Ragnarok. Alright. Blueprint, is it a duplicator? It is a duplicator. Alright, so what do we duplicate? We could do 2 Jazzer's Pendants, which is kinda memes. But I kinda like duping a Skipping Rope Plus, just as a way to cycle through cards and get mana. But it's so restrictive on odds. God, I wanna, like, just only roll odd dice. I don't care about even dice anywhere in this entire deck. We definitely don't dupe Ragnarok. I'm just gonna dupe the Skipping Rope. And when I get even die, I'm just gonna be really sad. Like, I'm gonna turn it into just complete feast or famine on the odd die rolls. And it'll work out fine, and I am in hell on the HP front. Not Chili Pepper, because it kinda... I guess maybe that would have been like more reliable damage, but it takes away from the Ragnarok. Although, shit, now that I think about it, Chili Pepper is 2 mana for 8 damage, and Ragnarok is 25 mana, or 25 damage for 9 mana. That's not even that good of an exchange. It would actually just be better to have more Chili Peppers than Ragnarok. Maybe, man, what if Ragnarok was like never good in the first place? It's entirely possible, and this is a horrible start. Please I've made so many wrong choices in my life against an enemy that is absolutely going to punish me for, like, stalling. This is hell. The Poison Crown is so good when you have it, and it's terrifying when you're on the wrong end of it. Jazzra's Pendant me. Draw me a card. Mana charge me. And then Chili Pepper twice, because that's what we do with our mana now. At least Burn on Rat King is, like, gonna hurt him. But we're gonna absolutely die, possibly this turn. 5, 6, 7 poison. 8 poison. Okay, I think we're good there, unless he, like, Poison Crowns into a 6. Yeah. But we can win next turn with Ragnarok if we find a way to get 5 mana out of a mana crystal. So we're gonna start with a draw. And we have the draw 3, which is huge. So we're gonna cycle through this. Definitely cycle through, well... No, because it would only put us at 8 with the mana crystal. So we need this to be a 5 or a 6, and we need to draw 3 into mana crystal. That's not a great start. This is going to make it a little easier on mana crystal, which we still haven't even found. Please? Are we... I think we might just be boned. Because we need an odd. There's the odd, but now we're down to 3. So we need literally an exact 6 off of the reroll. Yeah, I think we're just screwed. Give me the 6 so I can look at it. Yeah, I feel like I made many bad choices that game. So let's watch ourselves die. Oh my god, he has the roll from hell. It's so completely over for me. I think there were a bunch of incorrect choices made that game, though. Like, I think I got fixated on Ragnarok when it was literally worse than Chili Pepper. And also, like, 60% of my deck was spend a die to get a new card that also doesn't do anything. So, we'll give that one another shot. But, like, overall, the Jester's really fun in this game mode. Ginger Hemmy's Amanda. She is my #1 streamer fan. Alright. We want more cards before upgrades first, I think. And also access to the apple if things go catastrophically wrong in the first part of the game. Odds always turn into a card draw. And then this is all that we can do. Yeah, spend your 3. You can only do that twice. It's incredibly unlikely that we can win when we're only drawing 2 per turn, but, you know, we'll shock again. Oh, you can't pay to unshock! You can't do anything this turn! We've done it, and it just takes 6. That went okay. We took some damage, but that's okay, because level ups are plentiful. I do kind of like Slash. Stop me from cantripping too much, but I'm just gonna, like, take this cantrip really quick. Because it's free. It's like a free 3 damage, and then you also get a card out of it. There's no downside. I need an odd very badly, please. Okay, I will just be passing my turn now. Also, there's so many cards that are like, you need an odd die to play the game, that we should keep an eye out for cards that I can add to my deck that guarantee me getting an odd die rather than just a random die. Because that would be pretty huge. Or like getting rid of the odd restriction, like on the on the Ragnarok, which we now know is a trap and we will not be taking. How about I just, like, do 2 to you, and then don't pay 3 to unlock, even though I could have, because we're leveling up. Alright, so we draw an extra card. We don't need the apple. We would maybe like to upgrade Slash. We don't have mana yet, so I don't really know about upgrading Skipping Rope. We could also make Throwing Axe a little bit better. And Throwing Axe, so hear me out. Throwing Axe gives us a thing that we can do with our even dice, so that they can turn into more even dice that we can't use in our other abilities. Thus, making it a good card. And I'm just like, I'm not really impressed with, because it returns a 6. I don't give a shit about 6s. I need like 5s. I think it's easy enough to find an opportunity to get a 1, 2, or 3 for Slash. So maybe I just turn Jarring Jolt into a card that does damage when I use it. Because it's always like Jarring Jolt shows up, you put a die into it, and then you get a new die out. And if I'm going to be doing that anyway, maybe having it do 2 damage at the same time is pretty good. I don't know, we'll try it. It's also not restricted to odd die, so I know I can always use it. Like, let's just strive for things that are consistent. I don't think this choice really matters, so we'll go to Stereo Head to unlock another apple and get closer to the shop, I guess. Okay. Sure, those are basically the same. I would love an even die, but what I would love more is an even die that's not a 2. So let's just draw. And then let's draw again. And then let's draw again. And then let's get a die that's like even and greater than 2, please. So I'm... How do numbers work? Like a low probability. If I put it into Slunk, I could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and the only numbers that matter for Throwing Axe, besides just putting a 2 in, are 4 and 6. So I'm like 33% to get more damage, and 67% to get no damage out of this, so I'm just going to take the guaranteed 2, and then do 3. And then we'll get the 6 that we wanted anyway. But I think that's just like the safer way to play that overall. And he's in hell with double shocks. Inflict 1 weaken? I do not really care about that. Because we just straight up kill you. Take 5. Yeah, this round I'm reformed and I only make safe plays and I don't take unnecessary gambles. Block 1 damage and draw a card for a 4 or lower. That, like, doesn't seem good at all. I don't think 1 shield is worth a card slot, even if it draws a new card. I'm just gonna ignore that. And I'm gonna go to the other chest, I guess? I'll fight through Sneezy and look at the other chest, and then we'll go to the shop. If the shop's got an upgrade, I would like to see as many cards as possible before we go to it. We're just gonna cantrip. We're gonna continue to cantrip. We're done. That was like all odd rolls, which I'm very grateful for. Yeah, second spiky sneeze, and then you can't do anything else. We like that. Here, Throwing Axe is early enough that I'll gamble on getting a 4 or a 6 out of this. Or I could just get the 2 in the first place. But that, I think, seemed like, oh my god, this is horrible. We're gonna take all 12 damage here? Yeah. No, he misplayed. Okay, we'll take that. That was not quite correct AI there, but I'm not gonna complain about it. Draw. We'll do 3, and then if I draw 3, that... Well, I can just shock him, because if I No, because if I shock him twice, you can still use the other 2 spiky sneezes. So I do have to draw a 3 here to get the guaranteed kill. We'll just do that. Like, with a really bad roll, I still could have taken 6 there, which would not have been amazing. Alright, what did I buy that I wanted to look at the upgrade for? Nothing? The Jarring Jolt has felt okay. I guess I'll just upgrade it. Like, add damage to as many cards as I can. And then that'll make cantripping better. Do 2 on 6, draw a card. It is kind of a good outlet for random 6s that we roll. But I don't really want to roll 6s. But also, we're still only at like 7 cards in the deck, I think? No, we're at 8 cards in the deck. We added a slash. I'm going to look at the shop, and then I might come back and take that. It would be a productive way to spend 6s. A guaranteed throwing axe, I think, is the way to go here. Like, we could reroll it into a 6, or we could just take the free 2. Yeah, and then we get the 5, so we'll draw a card off of that, and then it's still a 2. And now it's a 4, so it might have been a little better, but I don't think that sequence would have happened the same way if we had tried to gamble on it. Five is unpleasant, but survivable. And the weaken didn't matter at all, because we drew the natural 2. And the actual dice that we put into those don't matter. That went pretty well. We should be able to kill him next turn, unless we just draw extremely poorly, but in the meantime, he is, like, fucking my world up with these enormous damage rolls. He got a 5 for Echo Bang and a 6 for Electric Shock, which I feel like is, you know, maybe a little unfair. So let's get an odd out of this, so that we don't have to pay 3. I guess we could draw 3 and then 1 would be wasted. And I wish I knew if I was leveling up, but even if we're not, we've left apples all over this map, so I'll pay the 3. And it's still not an odd, so now we draw 3. And then we just do 6 with Throwing Axe and absolutely ruin him. We're so far from a level up. Okay, things that I should keep better track of. I'm a terrifying distance away from a level up. Are any of these good? We have, like, a sink for our odd dice, but we want a fountain for our odd dice. We could buy a tactical boot, but we have one in a chest, and we don't currently have a mana build, so we don't really need a Jazzra's Pendant, although it's basically free. I mean, it's 3 gold, but like once it's in the deck, it's basically free. It's a wasted draw when you see it, but it's only once per battle, and if we pick up a mana ability later, like a Chili Pepper, then we'll be really happy that we made the investment. So I think I am going to do that. And then that's the last thing on the floor, so I guess I will just take the tactical boop and try it out. Maybe it'll be good. Whatever, we'll just add cards to the deck this time, and I definitely didn't want that. We're gonna add cards, and we're gonna play conservatively and take no risks. And then we're gonna win. And then we're gonna fight a vacuum to get access to all those shops. Deal 2 and draw a card. There's the pendant, we'll put that on. We have nothing that actually costs mana, but it doesn't cost us anything to put it on. So we might as well. Isn't he weak to shock? I think he's weak to shock, which is great news for us, because we do quite a bit of shock damage, and he's rolled all even dice. I am going to take 12 damage. And be extremely blind. But I still don't think that blind matters that much, because we can check and see if it's odd there. Oh, but it stays blind for like the whole game. And also, I wish I knew if it was a 6 for Tactical Boop, I guess. But whatever, we'll just do some damage. And if I draw 3 here, we'd do 8 if we get both of the shock cards to show up. And it's... Could we kill... No, I don't think we could kill him. But we're also not going to die, because he can only do 12 and we're at 18. So I'm going to be the reserved conservative gamer and pass, instead of wasting my ult for unattempted kill. And he did nothing! Oh, it's beautiful. You love to see it. And now we're going to do 6. And then we're going to do... Oh, he's not weak to shock. Okay. But he can only do 2 dust balls next turn. I still feel like I want to hold the draw 3. Like, if I take 6, it's okay. We have apples on the map, and we have a level up coming up soon-ish. So I think I can afford to eat that damage. Are you a 3? You're a 1. Are you odd? Okay, we'll just kill you. Alright, next fight is a level up. I do need to eat an apple to be safe, but I should only need to eat 1. And then we'll level off of whatever fight we take. Here's our mana payoff. Do 5 damage for any die and inflict a freeze is really good. Inflict 2 poison, I think, is less good. 2 poison has to be worse than 5 damage, even if you can reuse it, right? I feel like that has to be worse. Unless we're generating a ton of mana, and we're not really generating a ton of mana. We're just getting 2 per turn. So I'm going to take the yogurt instead. Because it also cantrips us. It just draws us more stuff. And then we'll check the other shop. A bunch of card destroys. That'll be nice for after we finish these fights. We'll be able to destroy 1, if not 2 cards. Assuming we live, I guess. Oh, this is beautiful. Draw a card. Equip a pendant. This is a wonderful setup. And then we get to do a damage and draw a card. We get to draw a card. We get to do 2 damage and inflict a shock. We're doing it. We're cantripping all over the place. I'm really tempted to just, like, blow the draw 3, because it's going to come back as we take damage. And if we blow the draw 3 here, we'll probably kill him next turn. And we've got the mana to use the freeze card if it shows up. And freeze is amazing against the pirate. It makes him do 1 damage with Redbeard and keeps him from using Hookshot. So I think we're going to draw 3 into the yogurt. Yeah. And here, we're already living on borrowed time, so I'll gamble for, like, a 4 or a 6. Yeah! Alright, he is, like, completely fucked. He's also shocked, so he's not even going to be able to use one of his abilities. Yeah, you did 2 damage. Oh no. Oh no, burn is actually pretty bad against me, because I only have 1 die. A little unfortunate, but there we go. And we level after this, so now we're back at full. Okay. Okay. What are my upgrades? What does this upgrade do? This is already very strong. Do 8 damage with any die? That's insane. Let's look at other options, but holy shit. Uneven draw? That's not quite as good. That doesn't pog me out of bed in the morning the way that the frozen yogurt does. Throwing axe isn't that great. Yeah, like, you have to do this. 8 damage is so much damage. And now I feel like I just want to get other stuff out of my deck so I can play that more. So let's destroy a card. These Zonks are really not doing a ton for us. But we could also get rid of the skipping rope, which does literal nothing for us because it doesn't do damage. I'm really tempted. I think I will. Because last time we took nothing but cantrips, and then we just kind of died because none of our cards do anything. This time, let's do, like, only damage cards. And then we'll die because we only draw 3 cards a turn. Big brain. The Fireman is weak to ice. I have just the worst news for you, Fireman. Wait until you see the ice in this deck. You are going to lose your mind. It's like a catastrophic amount of ice for you. Oh yeah. This is going to do 16, 18, 20, and we'll draw a card if it's a 6. And we draw a card off of Frozen Yogurt? I would love to see a 6, please. I know that's the first time I've ever said this while I'm playing the Jester, but it's true. This is going to lock one of his skills. I hope it locks Blaze of Glory, so I just don't take any damage. Yeah! There we go. So he burns all of my dice. I'll take 2. Oh no, I only have 1 die in the first place. You paid 9 to burn 1 die. How's that working out for you? And I'll just kill you. Alright, so the strategy for the next run, fight everything that's weak to Frost and don't fight anything that's strong against Frost, and you win. Draw a card for mana, next equipment has +1 use this turn, it's whatever, and the mana charge is whatever, and both these cards don't actually do damage, so I'm just going to ignore both. I'm a damage man now. I only look at damage. Do I get rid of anything else now that I have the option? I don't love Tactical Boop, but I guess it is too. I don't love Slash, but it's easy enough finding something that goes into it. And even if it cantrips off of like a 1, that's still pretty good. I don't think I destroy a card. I think we'll just leave it. I think we've got a pretty good deck. We smoked the Fireman. I think we're in good shape overall. So if I kill Crystalina, then I get access to the rest of the map. And if it goes really poorly, maybe there will be an apple in one of those shops. So let's do that first. I need mana. Well, I don't even need mana for that. The mana's just to draw a card. It's just 8 damage all the time. Yeah, much better this time around, for sure. Like, for sure. We'll draw 3, whatever. We'll take more damage. What do I do here? I would love a 6 for Tactical Boop, but that's 1 in 6 of happening, so I'm tempted to just put it in there. Throwing X just does nothing. I need any even. Later with this. Have a good one. Enjoy your movie. I think I can get the 8 damage no matter what, so I'm gonna do the Tactical Boop. And now I can do 6. And now I can do 3 and draw a card. And now I can do 2, and now I can do 8. Okay. I think I like that sequencing. I think that was the way to go about doing that. What do you got? Do a damage and inflict a blind? That is so fine. I am beyond fine with that. Let's build the pendant. And we're just going to do 6. Low-powered turn. Relatively low-powered. But Crystalina's also, like, not doing anything. We've taken 3 damage this fight. This isn't great. At all. If I put it in a Jarring Jolt, I will know what it is? Or no? No, I won't. Okay. Well, let's figure out if it's an even. It wasn't even. It was a 4. Was it a 6? It was not a 6. I can't really do anything here. A little weird ordering. 2 poisons, fine. You'll definitely be dead next turn. Are you... No, you're bigger than a 3. I mean, Yogurt just kills you. So we'll do that instead. Alright, what trades we got? Add a skipping rope to your hand each turn. I don't need the mana for the Froyo. But I also don't really need a skipping rope, and in all honesty, the skipping rope might just clutter my hand up, because it needs to be, what, a 3, 2, or 1? I don't think I take that deal. I'm not super impressed with the Jazzer's Pendant, but it does have more upside if we find other mana cards. Another slash? I guess I could make that work. I'm 50% on any die roll to be able to cast it. Equip Diamond Dust. All damage to frozen enemies is doubled? Can I make use of that? So Froyo is 8 damage and then a freeze. I don't have another source of freeze. So I can't do anything with that, but my god, if I could do 16 damage to a frozen enemy, that would be incredible. And I could take the black ice, inflict a freeze, and draw a card. But then I'm restricting myself to odds. And also it doesn't do anything. So the conservative reformed gamer in me for this run is going to say, no, we don't do any of that. We stick with damage, and we fight Copycat so that we can get a chest and an apple. 4 is pretty good off a throwing axe. The rest of the jarring jolts don't really matter. You'll always have to pay to imitate, which is great news. So it's like a guaranteed 3 damage per turn that you're going to take. You're a thief now. We're going to take a little off of that. We're going to take a lot off of that. Oh my lord. We're going to take so much damage off of that. Thief is a bad transform. You have to draw 3 here to find something else to do. On 6, draw a card. Keep it rolling. I'm willing to gamble on that. A 2 is pretty good. I'd love like a 3? Oh, he's dead. Oh, okay. Way too wrapped up in what I'm doing in my hand and not even paying attention to what's going on with my enemy's health. I don't want another tactical boop. I do want an apple. And Snowman will level us. So we're not going to need the other apple. But we will take the level up. He's weak to fire. We can't do anything about that in this deck. I'll gamble a little bit. I shouldn't have gambled, but okay. It really feels like even if I see a 2, I just need to put a 2 into the throwing axe. Alright, freeze does not matter. We could die next turn, which would not be great. We're not going to, but we could have. I badly need the level up. We'll get the pendant. We will draw a card. We will shock you. We will draw a card. We will attempt to get a 6 out of this. I'm going to take the guaranteed card draw. I'm going to take the 4. And we do have him. 2, 4, 7. We have him exactly. Alright, that was terrifying, but we made it. We will take an upgrade, I think. I don't know what we're upgrading yet, but we will... Maybe we do upgrade the throwing axe. Like, it's just an extra 2 damage every time we use it. And if we've committed to this lifestyle of even, like, putting a 2 into it, then we're going to be using it more. What did Tactical Boop do? Uneven draw card? Actually, that's kind of good now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'll do that instead. I talked myself out of Axe already. I just don't love it. Oh my god, we can duplicate Froyo? That's going to be pretty good. We're going to go directly to that. We're going to shock you. And then we're gonna shock you, and then we're gonna damage you. This is gonna be great for Loudbird, because he's got a bunch of abilities that just, like, don't really do anything. But that he'll pay to use anyway. Except this turn we do nothing. We do just, like, actual stone nothing. That's the first turn where I've been like, I wish that I had more cantrip spells. We'll do a card draw. We'll do a card draw. We will do 8, and now we want to see like 2 even die. We would like to see uneven die. Thank you for the even die. Just in time. Perfect. So perfect. At least nothing happened to us that turn. But reduced damage by 2 is just like, none of our skills do a ton of damage. We're going to do 2 damage to him and we're going to shock him. It's like we did 5 damage this turn. That doesn't cut it. For me, anyway. Maybe it cuts it for you. 5 damage. Ugh. I need to stop him from using that shit. We'll draw the card for free. We'll draw a card. We're really just looking for frozen yogurt. And that's about it. It doesn't matter if we put a 2 in there. I need a 4 or a 6 to do any damage to him, so we can gamble on that, and then we'll do the extra 2. Min 3. Oh my god. Soup does so much damage. So much. And then the caw is anytime we use an equipment, it weakens something else randomly. I really don't want frozen yogurt to get frozen, and freezing a die keeps him away from swoop. So we're gonna do that, even though it's the perfect slash draw. And then we get the perfect slash draw anyway. And then... oh, I should have used Jarring Jolt! That's a misplay. Alright, but I think we're still gonna make it out of this fight. We'll freeze the 5, so he can only do 3 on swoop. That does reset our limit break, which is, like, very unfortunate, but I would rather live than not live. Okay. That, like, didn't go as well as I would have liked. I don't think Scrap Club does, like, anything. Is this going to be a shot where we buy an apple? This might be a shot where we buy an apple. Like, we're not really looking for anything else in the deck besides duplicating this frozen yogurt, which we definitely want to do. And we're on floor 5, so we just kind of want to, like, live till we get to the boss. So, sure, I'll restore 10. And Cornelius should be a pretty safe fight, unless he's changed dramatically in Reunion. But it should just be a bunch of health to chunk through, so that he doesn't insta-kill you. Okay. That's concerning. Let's do 2. Let's do 3. Let's do 2. I think maybe I should have done that in the other order. You can't approach. Perfect. I would like to see something under a 3. Okay, I'm fine. We do freeze a die. That's... and he won't pay for approach either? Okay, so if we just shock him every turn, we should just, like, stall him out of the game. I feel like you probably want him to pay for shock. Otherwise, it's just like an automatic win. Oh, maybe he knows that he needs to roll a 6 to unshock it. Like, he couldn't do anything with it anyway. I bet that's what it is. Okay. We'll do our 8. We'll do 6. We'll do 6 more. making good time. He still can't approach. I would love to get a new card. I would love to get a new card. I'd love to get like a 3 or lower at this point. There we go. Alright. Let's draw some cards. Let's do another shock. Let's do a Zlonk. I think we've got this in the bag at this point, because my man has failed to roll a 6 at all in 6 turns. So that's, you know, pretty unlucky for him, and pretty great for us. And next turn, unless we draw really poorly, he should just be dead. Okay, so here's your 6s. We have no 5s. We can shock you twice, so that'll be some guaranteed damage. And I guess we could technically lose here. I think he would need a 3, though. He's got the 4. He doesn't have the 3. If he'd had the 3, I don't know what his last ability is, actually. It might not be like, you automatically win. But instead, we win. There we go. Man, I am hurting, and level up is a long way away. Jazzer's Pendant starting in my hand might be a good one here. The slashes or whatever. So it's like Jazzer's Pendant or Throwing Axe, and Jazzer's Pendant is going to let us cantrip through the Yogurt. Sure. Let's go for it, just to make sure that we get the mana flowing for the extra card draw. I think that cantripping off of the Frozen Yogurt is more expensive, or more important than I realize right now. So we'll fight Wicker Man. We'll fight Cowboy Cat. That should level us up and carry us to the boss. We're going to take these. We've got the mana for the pendant now. We don't have the mana for the second pendant, but I'll still do 8. And freezing is outstanding against Wicker Man. He's not even going to be able to cast a Wildfire this turn. That went really well. Alright, let's do 3. Let's do 4. Let's shock ya. Let's Zlonk ya. I wish I had a freeze. I don't know that he needed to do that. I'm gonna take... Well, the burning doesn't really matter, so he's just doing like 2. It's basically just do 2 fire damage. So the extra burns don't matter that much. Like, you burn my die... Well, unless I put it into something and then it burns the die that comes back out. That would be a little concerning. It doesn't. Praise the Lord. Otherwise, that would have been really bad. But there we go. We'll eat our second apple. We'll fight Cowboy Cat. We'll take our last box. And then we are set for the boss. Let's get that pendant going. Do 3, do a shock. What are you working with? Oh, so he's Keymaster. Like, Cowboy is now just Keymaster. Basically. Do 2 and re-roll it. Do 3 and re-roll it. Yep. Do 4 and re-roll it. Okay, don't roll a 1 or a 2. Okay, pretty bad. Don't roll a 2. Thank you. That was still 10 damage. It's not great. But I can... Is freeze good here? If he rolls more than 1... If he rolls a 1 and we freeze something else into 1, I guess it's pretty good. But I'm not convinced that freeze is amazing. We're still gonna take it, but I'm not convinced that it's amazing. That was a beautiful series of rolls. If we draw 3, can we kill him? I don't remember what's in my deck. I think there's another Frozen Yogurt in there? There's not, but there were enough cards to kill him. Kind of unfortunate that we don't carry a limit break into the boss now, but he had a lot of damage potential and I was a little afraid. I think now we finally upgrade the throwing axe rather than deleting his lunk. Delay enemy countdowns. That's just so niche. It doesn't do anything if the enemy doesn't have countdowns, so we'll just go fight the boss. Alright, Audrey. You are resistant to poison, or at least you used to be, but we're not carrying poison, so that's fine. She's not resistant to poison anymore. Okay. We will start with the Jazzer's Pendant. We will draw a card. We will draw a card. We will shock you twice. And what are you working with? Bench presses? They all just do 4. So shocks are going to be okay here, and freezes are going to be really good. Oh my god, it's incredible. Nothing happens for your turn. You love to see it. We're going to draw. We want a 3 or lower. We'll get a 3 or lower. We'll damage you. We'll damage you. We're almost halfway home. And you will get to bench press twice this turn. I think I can live with the weakens. Max 4, I have to go with that. Maybe I shouldn't have. I didn't read the rest of my cards or think about what happens if I roll higher than 3. This turn might be really bad. It's gonna be really bad. We're gonna get weakened 3 times. But we do get our draw 3. I need to do this to get a new card. I need something to do that is not a bunch of weakened cards. And then we're gonna draw 3. We're gonna clear that. We're gonna clear that. We're gonna draw a card. We're gonna do 8 and freeze you again. I need a 3. That's perfect. You're gonna be really close to dead. I think we've got it. Double freeze. Can't use those. You can bench press once. Yeah, we should have this. Ugh. Alright, so we might not have it. Okay, we have it. We have it. We're good. Oh, that was almost really bad at the end, but we got there. Made it through eventually. Missed just a little bit, seeing all your friends. Hey, he's not allowed to talk to Lady Luck. Spin the wheel. Alright. So that is 2 of the 6 down. I think that is where I'm going to stop for now, but I definitely want to come back and run through the rest of these, and we might also go back to Halloween and to normal Dicey Dungeons and play through some of that other stuff, because I don't think that I'd never played Halloween, and I don't think I actually finished the base game, but for that, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for coming by. I'm not sure what the schedule is going to look like for this, but I would like to fit in some more just kind of like playing through roguelikes and non-Guild Wars 2 kind of games, so when that happens, you will be able to catch me here. Thanks so much.